Good day. My reflection today is based on day 3 of the Thy Kingdom Come materials. Sorry, a healing touch. And it asks us to look at Psalm 51. Scandal, sex, corruption, murder at the palace. Contemporary media would have a field day. This is the background to today's Psalm 51. Have mercy on me, O God, according to your unfailing love. According to your great compassion, blot out my transgressions. Wash away all my iniquity and cleanse me from my sin. After a catalogue of killings in battles, a host of breakdown of relationship with friends, wives and concubines, culminating in the seduction of Bathsheba and then manipulating the murder of her husband Uriah in battle, King David comes to his senses and makes an impassioned plea to God to wash away all my iniquity and cleanse me from my sin. This washing is not a long soak in the bath after a heavy-duty day's gardening, or the exhilarating shower after sleep to refresh for the day ahead. The word in the psalm that is used for washing here is that of scrubbing filthy clothes. Both my grandmothers had grueling wash days, hauling hot water, scrubbing with the aid of a washboard and brush, wielding a punch up and down in a large tub to pound out dirt, arm wrestling with a mangle to wring out excess water. No need for extreme power workouts for my grandmother's generation. Monday at the wash tub was sufficient exercise. And it's this kind of punishing laundry cleaning that David had in mind when he asked God to deal with his sins. And the Message version translates these verses in this way. Scrub away my guilt. Soak out my sins in your laundry. I know how bad I've been. Don't look too close for blemishes. Give me a clean bill of health. And as harsh a punishment as David feels he deserves to make his relationship right with God, he still relies on God to show him compassion, to forgive him. I guess there are times in all our lives when we felt so dirty and contaminated by evil actions and sinful motives, when we've been sullied by the sordid side of life, that we, like David, need to take drastic action. And in confession and remorse, we ask God for a thorough, deep clean so that we can make a fresh start. Like David, while expecting God's judgment, we too experience his mercy and compassion, allowing healing to take place as we receive the gift of forgiveness, the prodigal son coming home. Hopefully, though, our catalogue of misdemeanours is not as eye-watering as David's. But not a day goes by without we do or say something, or neglect to do so, which is contrary to the way that God would have us live our lives as followers of Jesus. The sin, great or small, the unloving thought or deed still separates us from God. And so I'm reminded of another washing process which perhaps we should try to access on a daily basis. As a child, I was clumsy, often falling over, and my escapades launching myself over the handlebars of my bike were spectacular and many. I recall returning home time and again with grazed knees and bleeding hands. My mum would take a bowl of warm water laced with antiseptic, some cotton wool, and gently dab away at the injured area to make it clean. And often she would use tweezers to remove the bits of tar and gravel embedded in the graze. And this was important so that the wound didn't become infected. And as she was doing this washing, she would sit and reprimand me for my carelessness, offer words of advice and compassion. And as well as addressing my wounds, she ministered to my injured pride, whispered harsh lessons out of love. And with particularly nasty grazes, the process would need to be repeated for healing to take place. And each time, yes, it would sting and it would hurt, often leaving scars. But frequent examination helped to make sure that the healing process was underway. Day after day, we fall down. We graze others with unkind words and actions. We allow grudges and hurts to fester, to poison our relationships with others and with God. We allow self to take centre stage above our concerns for others. So day by day, we need to open ourselves to Him honestly in prayer. And however painful it may be to ask forgiveness, to allow God to clean away the dirt, and in His mercy, minister to us and make us whole again. I've chosen this morning a hymn by John Bell, which is about healing of mind, body, and soul. As you listen to this hymn, number 655 in Singing the Faith, but as you listen, imagine Jesus with His wounded hands washing away the dirt from your wounds, from your sin, and offering each of us His healing love. In His name, Amen.